Welcome to Chris Horner's Motorcycle Essentials. It's the 2021 250 XCW in front of me. If you watched earlier videos, you know I've been having problems with it running. I dropped it off over at Cascade Motorsports here in Bend, Oregon, where I bought it. They put a new crank pressure sensor in it. I took it out for 4 rides, almost 4 hours, about 3.5, 3.7. I'm at a total of 15.7 hours on the bike right now. The bike is running day to day. The problem I'm having now with it is that it has a problem not starting. It starts, but then it idles. Takes a long time to warm up. Normally on a 2-stroke bike, after you give it a minute, 2 minutes of idling and warming up with the choke on, you take the choke off, you run it through first. It's bogging and loading up a little bit, run it through second. Same thing. By the time you get to the top of 3rd gear, the bike's warmed up, it's cleaned out, and it's good all day. This bike, this 2021 250 XCW, is not performing like that. I'll go out, it'll start to run through first, it'll try to die, it starts to backfire, I go to second. If I stay on the gas in second, the motor will just cut off and die, so I have to run it around in 1st gear and try to warm the engine up and get it up above 90 or 100 degrees on it. Then it'll start to run a little bit cleaner. But if I give it 2 minutes of running with the choke on, take the choke off, and just start it up and try to give it gas and take off and enjoy my ride, the thing will just backfire, sputter, and die. Instead, it takes much longer to warm up. After that, it does run good enough to go out and enjoy your ride and stuff, but it seems to be just a little bit off. Now I got 2020 TX 300 that I'll run it right next to this bike, idle it at the same time, go out and run it. By the time you get to 3rd gear after starting it, it runs fine all day and runs super clean. I'm familiar with the TPIs. I got a 2020 TE 150 that's TPI also. The beautiful thing about TPI is once that thing warms up, it should be good the rest of the day and you never have to deal with it. So this one, I'm going to take it back today over to Cascade Motorsports and see if they can't fine-tune it and find this problem that it's having. Clearly, when you're buying TPI, this fuel injection, folks, when you're spending, this is a $15,000 bike, $11,000 leaving the dealer, but $15,000 as it sits here easily, maybe $17,000. When you're buying a bike like this thing starts, warm up, give it that time to warm up, and then it should be perfect the rest of the day, and that's not what I'm getting with this particular bike. So it is having some problems still. Overall, I love the way this bike runs when you're cruising around the forest and you're just hitting the throttle and your little blips and double blips here and there and jumping over things and climbing up the rocks. This bike is kind of magical in general if I could just get this engine problem solved. Because every time you have an engine problem, of course, you're always wondering if you're just going to be able to get back to the truck, right? You go to start it back up after it's cooled off, and you don't know if you're going to get back to the truck. So at the moment, I'll send it back to the dealer. We'll see if they can't fine-tune this and fix this to be the ride that it should be. But in general, overall, the bike has been exceptional with everything with just the engine problem, but we all know that's a big problem, right? Hope you enjoyed the update on the 2021 250 XCW, and I'll keep you in tune as I get it back from Cascade Motorsports here in Bend and see if they can't solve this problem. There's Garrett, he's riding on the TX300.
Almost. Lock the bar. Start her up. You got it.
There we go. Got this thing under balance now, boy.
Start her up.
No reason to start it up. No balance it with no engine at all. Sit here and have lunch and stuff. Yeah, boy.
There you go. That's the best I've ever seen you do.
My boy thinks I don't practice.
Because you don't.
If he doesn't see me do it, I didn't practice. It never happened. Guys at home, that's what your 18-year-old always thinks. If he didn't see it, it didn't happen.
Yeah, because you don't.
Out there practicing all the time. Because if he didn't see it, right? You guys know how it is.
Yeah, you're welcome for the tip. You wouldn't have done that without the lock bars.
There you go. What do you mean, man? You want to serve me lunch on this thing?
Yeah, straighten your bars out.